So the real challenge, I think, with agent-based modelling is trying to formalise information that's expressed in a very qualitative way. And that formalisation, requires you to write computer programs that essentially implement, to some extent or another, the pieces of theory. And in fact, often you're not just drawing on one theory when you're writing the model. You might be drawing on several pieces of theory, and perhaps that have not been integrated in the social sciences before. So if you like, there's the challenge of that integration. There's also the challenge of getting agreement on the formalisation you have made. And I suppose there's then also the challenge of how you trust your results, because you have to recognise that often social theory is not specified in such depth that there's only one way you could have implemented it or formalised it in your model. And so what you're trying to do usually is to try and make as few additional assumptions as you can. And there are various ways that that you can do this kind of thing. I mean, one approach we've taken is to draw on utility theory, for example, in one of the models we've developed so far, which is of course a theory about decision making from economics rather than psychology. It's reasonably well mathematically founded. In a past project, we used artificial intelligence techniques, machine learning techniques, in fact, to develop algorithms using the statistical data we got from the questionnaire. So if you like, the integration of the project happened at the stage of the development of the questionnaire and was then done by the psychological theorists who were developing the questionnaire rather than us, which to some extent was preferable. Of course, we needed some input into the questionnaire in order to ensure that we were getting information that could create some dynamics in the model. So in the GLAMURS project, what we're trying to do is draw together some of the theoretical information being presented us by both psychologists and economists in the agent-based model, formalising those theories in algorithms which we will agree with our colleagues in the project, and we should be very interested to see the results of that. Well, I think there are a number of dimensions that we can look at. The chief one so far has been mobility, largely because in the Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire case study we have access to a large amount of data there, and that has enabled us to develop empirical agent-based models to explore the effects. For some of the other case studies, I think we will have to be a little bit more conceptual in the way that we approach the modelling, perhaps drawing on social and psychological theory as well as findings from the project to develop conceptual ideas, for example, about how cooperatives form and evolve over time, which I think is very interesting. Another model I would really like to do, if we can find the time, is one where we look at how time use and time pressure effect spread through a society. So are there normative and status aspects, for example, to being a very busy person, which we could then use in a model to see how time pressure and time use spreads through society.